It's midnight and you're watching Nightline with me, Zahir, Kelvin and Abdullah. The top stories. MACC probes Tan Sri over alleged 500 million ringgit money laundering involving Sapura Energy shares. Illegal durian farms, more than 10,500 hectares of government land in Raub encroached by Musang King farmers. And Pamela Ling disappearance. Police say victim is still alive and in the country. A prominent corporate figure with the title Tan Sri is under investigation by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, concerning alleged money laundering activities involving shares of Sapura Energy Berhad valued at more than 500 million ringgit. According to a source, the investigation centers on corruption linked to several investments made after the merger of Kencana Petroleum Berhad and Sapura Crest Petroleum Berhad, which later became Sapura Energy. The source also disclosed that raids were conducted at several key locations, including the Sapura at the mines facility, the corporate headquarters of Sapura Holdings in Durian Berhad at Menara Permata Sapura, and the Tan Sri's private residences across Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Investigators are also examining potential criminal breach of trust, misappropriation of funds, and document forgery under the Penal Code. As part of the operation, authorities have frozen 83 bank accounts linked to 5 individuals and 15 companies, involving funds totaling 158.26 million ringgit believed to be connected to the case. The Tan Sri was summoned to the MACC headquarters for questioning on Monday and Tuesday. As of Thursday, no arrests have been made. The Sultan of Pahang, Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah, has directed the state government to take firm action against the illegal occupation of over 10,500 hectares of land in Raub. The Pahang ruler described the land encroachment issue, which has persisted for 4 decades in Pahang, as extremely serious. On Thursday, Al-Sultan Abdullah visited the affected area in Sungai Klau, accompanied by Tengku Mahkota Pahang, Tengku Hassanal Ibrahim Alam Shah, and Pahang Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Wan Rosdi Wan Ismail. The Pahang rulers said the widespread encroachment has impacted both the state government and the people.
Banyak perkara yang boleh nak perincikan, tapi mungkin itu terlalu detail. Cukai tanah tak bayar, cukai pendapatan tak bayar, sebagainya. Dan ini menidakkan pemohon-pemohon yang lain lah.
So far, more than 15,000 durian trees, which were planted illegally on government land, have been felled during enforcement operations. Al-Sultan Abdullah also expressed his displeasure and regret over the land encroachment in Cameron Highlands and ordered all land clearing activities to be halted immediately, calling for a more holistic approach to tackle the issue. The police are confident that Datin Sri Pamela Ling is still alive and somewhere in Malaysia. According to Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Rusdi Muhammad Isa, recent immigration records indicate that the 42-year-old has not left the country. Rusdi said police are also exploring the possibility that Pamela's kidnapping was staged.
Possible? Berbagai kemungkinan. So, kita sebenarnya dalam apa pun siasatan mungkin satu, mungkin dua, mungkin tiga. So apa pun kemungkinan ni kita akan eliminate satu persatu.
He added that 3 of the 5 vehicles used by the kidnappers were fitted with cloned registration plates. Investigations showed that the suspects left Putrajaya via 2 different routes after the incident. Police are also working to obtain statements from the victims' 3 children who are currently in Singapore. So far, authorities believe that more than 8 individuals are involved in Pamela's disappearance. All ministries and departments need to understand the constraints the government faces in providing larger allocations. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said although the government could allocate more funds, it will involve an increase in tax costs to be borne by the people.
Ministry, every department, every research center would want, of course, and rightfully so, more allocation. So is the nation. But we have to look at the schools, rural infrastructure, clinics and hospitals.
Anwar reminded Health Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Zulkifli Ahmed to ensure his staff are not only aware of diseases but also understand economic challenges and macroeconomic policies. The Prime Minister said this when opening the 2025 Clinical Research Malaysia CRM Trial Connect in Kuala Lumpur on Thursday. CRM has been contributing over 1.5 billion ringgit to the nation's gross income and creating over 3,000 highly skilled jobs since 2012. The government has decided to allow foreign workers to change employers across different sectors of employment. In making this announcement on Thursday, Home Minister Datuk Seri Saifuddin Nasution Ismail said the decision was made at the 13th Joint Committee meeting on the management of foreign workers. The meeting was co-chaired by the Home Minister with Human Resources Minister Stephen Sim Chee Kiong. Previously, the government only permitted foreign workers to switch employers in the same sector subject to conditions such as company restructuring, closure, expansion or approval by a committee overseen by the Labour Department. In a statement after the meeting, Saifuddin highlighted that the approach aligns with best practices recommended by international labour groups and has been adopted by developed countries. With the decision, employers will be required to be present at the international exit points to manage the departure registration of foreign workers, just as they manage their entry into the country. He warned that employers who fail to comply with this requirement could face restrictions on new quota applications and other immigration-related sanctions. The 2-hour meeting, which began at 3 p.m, was also attended by Agriculture and Food Security Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Sabu, Deputy Health Minister Datuk Lokan Nisman Awang Sauni, as well as senior officials from several ministries. The Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, has confirmed its arrest of 2 Home Ministry officers and a member of the public. In a statement on Thursday, the MACC said the arrests were made during an operation which ran from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Putrajaya on Wednesday afternoon. The trio were detained to assist in investigations following information received regarding alleged corruption to expedite applications for citizenship. The statements of all 3 individuals are currently being recorded at the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya. The lawyer representing footballer Faisal Halim, Nick Mustafa, shared that the national team winger is disappointed that justice has yet to be served following the horrific acid attack that he endured. This comes after the case was classified as no further action, NFA, by the Attorney General's chambers.
Dia kecewa, sebagai seorang mangsa beliau kecewa. Namun beliau faham bahawa kita ada undang-undang dan semua siasatan ni, hubungan kes jenayah ni harus berlandaskan pada undang-undang.
On Thursday, Bukit Aman Crime Investigation Department Director Datuk Seri Muhammad Shuhaili Muhammad Zain said the investigation is still ongoing and that the investigation paper will be reviewed if necessary. The case will be classified as NFA until new developments or information emerge. Bank Negara Malaysia BNM has maintained the overnight policy rate OPR at 3%. BNM said the latest indicators point towards continued global growth and trade supported by domestic demand and front-loading activities. Following its third monetary policy meeting on Thursday, BNM said the global growth outlook will remain supported by positive labor market conditions, less restrictive monetary policy, and fiscal stimulus. The central bank said despite global uncertainties, the continued demand for electrical and electronic goods and higher tourist spending will provide some cushion to Malaysia's exports. Meanwhile, economist Muhammad Afzan Nizam Abdul Rashid believes that BNM may lower the OPR in response to potential economic pressures arising from the United States' new tariff policies.
We still of the view that the Bandar Negara might actually incline to reduce the overnight policy rates sometime in the second half of this year, perhaps as early as July in the upcoming meeting.
As the world's second largest palm oil producer, Malaysia is prepared to share its technological expertise with Kenya. Plantation and Commodities Minister Datuk Seri Johari Abdul Ghani said the collaboration could help unlock the full potential of East Africa's palm oil sector. Johari shared this during a roundtable session with 15 key players from Kenya's commodity industry in the capital, Nairobi. He explained that the East African nation is facing logistical challenges leading to cost increases of up to 40%.
Kerana logistik, kerana nak sampai kepada sesuatu negara landlocked itu, dia memerlukan hampir 4 hari, 3 hari, 2 hari, tetapi punya potensial yang sangat besar kalau negara ini dapat menyelesaikan infrastruktur mereka.
Acknowledging the situation, Johari invited Kenyan industry players to collaborate with Malaysian plantation companies on technology transfer, innovation and long-term industry development that would benefit both nations.
Terutama mereka ini adalah pengusaha-pengusaha yang mengimport kelapa sawit kita, memproses dan menjual kepada penduduk-penduduk di Kenya dan juga 7 negara berhampiran Kenya.
The session was part of Johari's itinerary during his official visit to Kenya to explore the huge potential for the palm oil industry in East Africa. It also aims to open opportunities for strategic collaboration between Malaysia and East African nations. Media Prima Audio MPA continues its growth trajectory, reaching a total weekly audience of 5.9 million listeners across Malaysia. According to a study by Nielsen Consumer and Media View, MPA engages audiences from diverse backgrounds through its 5 radio stations, broadcasting in the nation's 3 major languages. Hot FM maintains its position as the nation's #1 radio station with 3.9 million weekly listeners. Its morning show, Breakfast Hot, recorded a 12.3% growth, exceeding 2.4 million listeners, while the station also expanded its social media presence, amassing over 1.3 billion video views. MPA's English radio station Fly FM drew 2.2 million weekly listeners by playing 27% more music than any other English station. Other stations have also shown growth, with Cool 101 reaching nearly 480,000 weekly listeners, Molek FM attracting 710,000, while 8 FM draws in 360,000 listeners. MPA Chief Executive Officer Nazri Noran said the results are a testament of how much the audience trusts MPA audio to be part of their daily lives. Donald Trump said he is unwilling to preemptively lower tariffs on China in order to unlock more substantive negotiations with Beijing on trade. When asked by the media on Wednesday whether he would consider lowering the 145% tariffs on Chinese imports to facilitate negotiations with China, Trump responded that he would not. His comments came after Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer meet this week in Switzerland with Chinese Vice Premier He Lifeng on trade. Trump had previously denied that the U.S. had initiated the trade talks with China, saying those claiming that the negotiations had come at Washington's urging ought to go back and study their files. Drugs worth 16 million ringgit seized. This and more from the local front when we return.
Aku bekerja dengan company. Company nak aku jaga kampung ni. Selamat datang ke kampung Ketayang. Ada kau batas?
Awak ni trikal tu?
Dialah satu-satunya harapan kita sekarang.
Company yang akan ambil alih perniagaan biji timah.
Dia nak suruh kami semua lawan askar Belanda tu?
Bukan askar Belanda, tapi 6 jelaka.
Pisang emas diiktiraf sebagai pisang terbaik 2025. Saiznya comel, rasa manis. Ia membawa nama Malaysia ke persada dunia.
Kes pelajar terkena penyakit bawaan air selepas perkemahan di sungai. Cakna kebersihan kawasan riadah anda.
Angkara AI remaja reka video lucah jadikan rakan sebagai mangsa. AI teknologi maju tetapi disalahguna.
Obses barangan berjenama tapi nak harga murah. Adakah harga menjejaskan kualiti dan keselamatan? Isnin hingga Jumaat jam 10 pagi juga stream ditonton.
Hanya di TV3.
A woman's spirit is boundless. So grab your coffee cups and wear your sassiest smile. Because this season, we're louder than ever. We talk career, health, finance, relationships, and everything in between. Women's Talk is here to empower and inspire you. Join us on Women's Talk every Saturday, 5 p.m. only on TV3 and stream now on Thursday.
Macam ni ingat ni dugaan Allah lah kepada saya kan. Kadang kita macam ni lah, kadang kita ni otak ni fikir macam dengan kewangan, pamper dia. Kadang kita menjadi kita lagi tertekan.
Pernah tak ada duit nak makan, lauk tak ada. Tapi macam biasalah, tapi cuma macam tak ada nak makan. Kadang ada yang tak makan, itulah. Tak ada makan, saya dahulu ke adik-adik, serta abang-abang tu.
Welcome back. 1,270 undocumented migrants and 11 employers were detained on the first day of the Immigration Department's crackdown on Wednesday. 16 targeted raids were conducted nationwide, which involved the screenings of almost 3,000 individuals. The undocumented migrants used various tactics to evade the immigration team. Those detained are being investigated under the Immigration Act and immigration regulations. Some of the individuals have been issued notices to present themselves at the immigration office to assist in further investigations. The nationwide crackdown aims to tackle the rising issue of undocumented foreigners and ensure compliance with the country's immigration laws. In the Klang Valley, authorities seized 16.01 million ringgit worth of drugs and detained 5 men in 3 separate operations. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Rusdi Muhammad Isa said the Bukit Aman and Kuala Lumpur Narcotic Crime Investigation Department conducted the operations from April 29 to May 6. The syndicates stored drugs in vehicles, an empty shop at a shopping mall and a luxury condominium. All the suspects have been remanded to facilitate the probe. Police are conducting further investigations to uncover the remaining syndicate members. Meanwhile, in Perak, police have arrested 4 individuals, including a couple, and seized 44 kilograms of an assortment of drugs worth 4.6 million ringgit in 4 separate raids in the Manjung district on Monday. State Police Chief Datuk Noor Hisam Nordin said the couple and a 50-year-old man who tested positive for drugs had prior criminal records. The fourth suspect was a 29-year-old delivery man. The syndicate is believed to have been active since March. The suspects have been remanded for a week until May 12 to assist in investigations under the Dangerous Drugs Act. Hundreds flee to Thailand seeking refuge. The details right after this break.
Wanita hari ini.
harmoni pun boleh runtuh.
Hati-hati, kadang-kadang yang rapat itulah jadi batu api.
Soya bukan setakat air je tau.
Boleh buat tempe, pucuk, sup dan macam-macam lagi.
Walau lahir dari rahim yang sama, cara berfikir dan hati tak serupa.
Setiap manusia adalah berbeza.
Kalau dah bercerai, barang kat dalam rumah tu siapa yang punya?
Boleh ke bagi dua, kita bincangkan dengan tenang, adil dan bijak.
Ibu dialah cinta pertama dan selamanya.
Raikan Hari Ibu bersama dengan kami.
Semuanya di WSHI TV3.
Stream sekarang, ditonton.
Kerja dengan anak muda yang lebih cenderung kepada teknologi terkini kan.
Pada awalnya saya nak perlukan orang yang legend yang boleh memberi kata semangatlah kepada anak-anak muda.
Kita dah ada department effect, yang mana department effect tu dia boleh generatekan effect tu dalam dunia 3D.
Ada interaction yang banyak dengan audiens, so audiens akan lagi seronok.
Especially peminat-peminat Ejen Ali akan suka sebab lama juga diorang tunggu kan.
Tanyalah Ustaz minggu ini, Isnin tutup kiri kanan terbuka. Selasa, zikir terapi jiwa. Rabu, etika sosial berteras hujurat. Khamis, surah Al-Qasas ayat 1 hingga 6. Jumaat, haruan makan anak. Sabtu, bahaya derhaka dalam kehidupan. Ahad, Aisyah radhiyallahu anha, ikon intelektual. Tanyalah Ustaz, biar tahu jangan keliru di TV3 dan TV9.
A woman's spirit is boundless. So grab your coffee cups and wear your sassiest smile. Because this season, we're louder than ever. We talk career, health, finance, relationships, and everything in between. Women's Talk is here to empower and inspire you. Join us on Women's Talk every Saturday, 5 p.m. only on TV3 and stream now on Thursday.
Onto the foreign front. The death toll rose to 45 on Thursday after Indian and Pakistani soldiers exchanged gunfire overnight along the de facto border in contested Kashmir. This follows Wednesday's violent cross-border fire triggered by last month's tourist killings. Pakistan said it had shot down 25 Indian drones, with some far from the disputed Kashmir region, while India said it had neutralized Pakistani attack drones and also claimed it had destroyed an air defense system in Lahore. As of now, Islamabad claims to have killed almost 50 Indian soldiers, aside from shooting down 25 of New Delhi's drones as an act of retaliation to Wednesday's missile strikes after India said it hit terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan. Earlier, dozens of villagers were instructed to evacuate from certain areas as a safety precaution due to risk of home destruction from crossfire between the neighboring countries.
रात को जो शेलिंग हुई है, इस तकरीबन 12-15 के बीच जो हैं यहाँ ब्लास्ट हुए हैं और छोटे बच्चों को बहुत बड़ा, बड़ों को छोटों को भी बहुत बड़ा इसका फेर हुआ है, बहुत डर पड़ा है और अपना अपना घर इसलिए छोड़ के ये भागे हैं।
जो ये लेडीज़ थी बेचारी, इसके छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं, तो बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हुआ है सर। तो आगे हम सरकार से यही अपील करना चाहते हैं कि सीज़ फायर ये जल्द से जल्द करवाएं और अमन शांति करवाएं, आगे वो नुकसान ना हो।
संजोग ये कि उस हमारे स्थान जो है मुख्य मूर्ति के से थोड़ा दूर हट करके गिरा है, जिससे और 9 बजे के लगभग समय था, कोई था भी नहीं, वरना सुबह आगे पीछे होता तो बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हुआ था, बहुत ज़्यादा जान गई होती। ये बहुत ही अनुचित काम है।
More than 300 Myanmar nationals fled to Thailand on Thursday, seeking refuge following an assault on the military by ethnic armed groups. The Thai military said Wednesday's attack by the Karen National Liberation Army and its ally, the Karen National Defense Organization, targeted a military base in Kayin State, using armed drones and close-range tactics to drop explosives throughout the day. By Thursday, officials reported that 327 Myanmar nationals had crossed into Thailand and were sheltering in 2 temporary sites where Thai military and police were providing security and humanitarian assistance. Zionist airstrikes killed at least 16 Palestinians across the Gaza Strip on Thursday, following a deadly 24-hour period in which more than 100 people lost their lives. New strikes killed at least 3 people in separate attacks in Deir el-Balah and the Nusairat refugee camp in central Gaza. In Khan Yunis, 1 girl was killed and 4 others were injured when Zionist artillery hit tents sheltering displaced families, while in Beit Lahia, Zionist warplanes struck a home, killing at least 5 people. Switching to sports, badminton, the 2025 Taipei Open. The national shuttlers once again delivered a strong performance at the Super 300 tournament on Thursday, with 4 players advancing to the quarterfinals. 6-seeded mixed doubles pair Toh Yi-wei and her new partner Lu Bing-kun booked their spots in the quarterfinals after a surprising comeback win over South Korea's Ki Dong-ju and Jeong Na-eun 15-21, 23-21, 21-8. The pair is set to face Indonesia's 65th ranked pair Dejan Ferdinand and Siti Fadia Ramadhanti next. Joining them are another mixed doubles duo Chen Tangji and Chan Wen-se, who clinched an 18-21, 21-18, 21-17 victory against Indonesia's Marwan Faza and Aisyah Salsa Bila Pranata. They will now face another Indonesian pair, Bobby Setiabudi and Melati Deva Oktavianti, in the clash for a semi-final spot. Earlier, women's single shuttler Kay Leshana stormed into her first Super 300 quarter-final after battling past Taiwan's Chiu Pin Chian 21-19, 17-21, 26-24 in 71 minutes. She now faces world number 15 Sim Yoo-jin of South Korea in the last 8. In the men's singles, Justin Ho stormed into the quarterfinals after upstaging defending champion Lin Chunyi of Taipei 21-17, 21-18. Up next, the world number 45 will take on another home favorite, Wang Ziwei, for a place in the semi-finals. On to football, the Saudi Pro League in Riyadh. Hussein Aouar scored a last-minute goal to help Al Ittihad secure a 3-2 win over Al Nassr on Wednesday, taking them a step closer to clinching the title. Sadio Mane opened the scoring for the home side after just 3 minutes with a low shot. The Senegal international then assisted Ayman Yahya to make it 2-0 for Al Nassr just before the half-time whistle. The visitors, however, were the better side after the interval, with Karim Benzema narrowing the gap with a header in the 49th minute. N'Golo Kante then levelled the score 3 minutes later with a composed finish into Al Nassr's net before Aqua sealed the win in added time after tapping in from close range. Al Ittihad's 3-2 win puts them on 71 points, 6 clear of Al Hilal with 4 games to go. Tennis now, the 2025 Italian Open in Rome. Dusan Lajovic set up a second-round clash with third-seed Carlos Alcaraz on Wednesday. The Serbian qualifier, currently ranked 131st in the world, defeated Japan's Yoshihito Nishioka 7-5, 6-1 in the first round. Lajovic and Alcaraz have played each other 4 times previously, with the Spanish 4-time Grand Slam champion winning all of their encounters, the most recent of which came at the 2023 Miami Open. This just in, cardinals have chosen a new pope, indicated by white smoke rising from the Sistine Chapel's chimney. The identity of the next pontiff is expected to be revealed shortly when he appears on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. And that concludes Nightline this time around. A communal kitchen in Gaza's Khan Yunis will cease operations very soon due to a lack of supplies. This closure stops a lifeline used by hundreds of thousands of people in a further blow to efforts to combat growing hunger in Gaza. We leave you with visuals of the displaced Palestinians at the kitchen. With Kelvin and Abdullah, thank you for watching and stay safe.